Hi guys, so in this video we're going to be looking at sequences and series, and the question that we're going to be looking at came out in I think it was the November 2018 paper. It says a geometric series has a constant ratio of half and a sum to infinity of 6. Now we are told here to calculate the first term of the series. So in this particular question, the most important thing is to understand that this is a geometric series, and a geometric series has a constant ratio. They're also telling us that it has a sum to infinity which is equal to 6. They want the first term of the series. Therefore, they want us to find A. So for 3.1, this is how we're going to approach this question. So we're going to say, what do we have? We have the ratio which is equal to half. We have the sum to infinity which is equal to 6. So our formula for sum to infinity is equal to A over 1 minus R, and therefore now we can substitute and solve for our first term, which is A. So our sum to infinity is 6 equals to A 1 minus our ratio is half. So therefore we now cross multiply, and 6 minus half, so 6 equals to A over half. Therefore A is going to equal to half times 6, which is equal to 3. So our first term is equal to 3. So let us now look at 3.2. It says calculate the 8th term of the series. So now they want us to find the 8th term of this geometric series. The first question that we have to ask ourselves is, how do we find the general term of a geometric series? The formula is Tn equals to AR to the n minus 1. So n is 8 because they want the 8th term, and we just found the A and we know the ratio. So all we have to do is substitute into this formula. So for 3.2, our solution will be as follows. Let's write the formula first. Tn equals to AR to the n minus 1. Therefore, T8 equals to 3 times half to the 8 minus 1. And let's just put that in our calculator. So from here we'll get 3 times half to the 8 minus 1. 8 minus 1, we know it's 7, but let's just put it in as it is, which is 3 over 128. So our answer is 3 over 128. And there you go, just double check. So now we're going to be looking at the next question, which is 3.3. And in 3.3 they say, given the sum 3 times 2 to the 1 minus k, where k starts from 1 to n terms, is equal to 5.8125. Calculate the value of n. The first thing that we have to do when we have a question in sigma notation is we have to write down the first 3 terms, and we can clearly see that this is a geometric sequence, so it will have a constant ratio. Geometric sequence because it's an exponential expression. So now let's look at the following. So let's write down the first 3 terms. And how are we going to write down the first 3 terms? Well, we need to substitute into this particular formula that we have here. So it's 3 times 2 to the 1 minus k, 1 minus, now don't forget to start from where k is, which is in this case 1. So it's 1 minus 1 equals to 3. So my first term is 3. Let's substitute 2 because we are now going to be looking at the next term. That's 3 over 2. We got 3 first term, 3 over 2 second term, and the third term is equal to 3 over 4. So let's write down those 3 terms. So our sequence, Tn, that's n, first, second, third. Our first term is 3, 3 over 2, and our third term is 3 over 4. And we know that it's a geometric series or sequence, and it's going to give us a constant ratio, but we'll just double check that. So we'll say 3 over 2 divided by 3, that's equal to half. And now let's put in 3 over 4, which is T3 divided by T2. there we go, half. So we can now confirm that that is a geometric series because all the terms are going to be summed up. Remember, the sigma notation is the sum of all our terms. So now we can try to solve for n. So we know the sum of all these terms is going to equal to 5.8125. So let's use our sum to n terms formula for a geometric series. And remember, r is less than 1, therefore we're going to use the formula Sn equals to a 1 minus r to the n all over 1 minus r. And all we're going to do now is substitute all the values that we have. So here we have 5, 1. Let's check that out again. And that is 5,8125. That will be 8125. 8125 equals to my first term. So you can clearly see that 3 is the first term and the ratio is half. So now we will substitute 3, 1 minus half to the n all over 1 minus half. And let us now solve for n. So solving for n, let's use our calculator. 1 minus half is half. So we cross multiplying 5.8125 times half equals to, and let's divide by the 3. And let us now move the 1 over to the other side, but I think we'll just leave that for now. So we'll say 31 over 32 equals to 1 minus half to the n. So now we'll have half to the n. Here we're going to have 1 on the side. Okay, let's do it. 1 minus 31 over 32. Half to the n equals 2. So it's 1 minus 31 over 32. 1 over 32. That'll be 1 over 32. And just moving that up, let's simplify or solve for n. Half to the n. Remember, 2 to the 5 is equal to 32. So it's going to be half to the 5. Therefore, n equals to 5. And there we go. Solving for n is equal to 5. Learners, we'll complete this question in the next video. I'll catch you then.